Hello, hello, hello. Shout out to the replay. Like, I ain't hit y'all up in a long time. I ain't shout y'all out in a long time. Like, shout out to the replay. Whoop whoop. What's up? I am going live right now for the consistency. I'm waiting on my homegirl. Keisha J is in the building. You gotta be kidding me. You can't hear me?
I can now.
Hey.
Hey, what my lighting looking like here? You know what I'm saying? I can't be in the.
Oh, girl, you look so pretty.
Girl, listen. Aren't you excited?
Girl, I'm super excited.
Why?
Look
Because
at you, like you got the bug, like yes.
I do is the right.
I love it. I'm feeling
So, what are we gonna do? We gonna tell them about the podcast launching?
it. Yeah, we are. We are. So listen, y'all. So here's the thing, like me and Keisha J be on the phone like all day, right? Like we be like, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, oh we gotta do this, we gotta that. All right. So we really just we I was like, girl, we need to go live and just talk about these things, right? That a
Girl,
lot
like,
of moms want to
really.
talk about and need to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why we on here. It don't matter what time it is. We on here at the time that we can get on. And so right now it just so happens to be 2:08 in Atlanta, Georgia. But it's still nighttime for you. So we've been on the phone, we've been like manifesting and visualizing. We literally have been right. Like we've been like realizing other times in our lives that we have truly manifested things
Yeah,
unintentionally,
yeah.
right? Which is just more proof and more confirmation that, like, if we get intentional, if we focus, if we tap in hmm, daily, because the spiritual battle is real.
Very
Because
much
honey,
so.
the enemy working every day. He don't take no days off, honey, none. So I think we just are kind of like I want to pick up on just kind of like that, right? Like that's what we were talking about, and we're gonna do this podcast.
That's it.
Oh,
Yes, Sadie.
Sadie! Oh my God, Sadie's on. So, hey girl, girl, you just missed like the whole everything. But go ahead, Keisha. Let everybody know for the people that just joined.
Mm. So we have some amazing things coming up. The goal is, especially for Destiny and Mommy 2.0, is to be able to make sure that women become the best versions of themselves. And for me, I just want to empower you to do that. Like whatever it takes for us to help you see that there's a next level in life for you to achieve, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we get stuck as wives, as moms, as entrepreneurs and all of that other stuff, to where we get stuck, super stuck. We get stuck in that one spot. We feel like we can only be moms or we can only be entrepreneurs and there's no balance. Like we were talking to Latasha Lee this morning and last night, and she said she had no life. She was a mom, she was an entrepreneur working all of these days, but then she realized that she was not living.
Mm.
So at some point you find yourself stuck in one aspect of life and you're not progressing. You're not really seeing that full potential that God has set out for you, right? Because God doesn't say anything about being stuck. However,
Mm-mm.
we make ourselves stuck. So our goal is to launch this incredible, like merge the brands together and really take moms and women to the next level, right? But not
Yes.
the next level. You spend $297 and we charge you and we show you how to be a boss and give you an ebook on how to start a trucking company. That's not what we're doing. We want you to be You know, we want you to be the best that you can be from the inside out, because none of that external stuff running a business will work until the inside. And the inside does not mean just juicing, does not mean just you getting a massage and meditating. It's a combination of making sure you're following your discernment, allowing God to speak to you on what to do next. Not what you want to do next, but what
And
he
then being obedient.
come
And
on.
then being obedient. And that's the really that's the part about it. Is we really want to be able to show y'all like how easy it is to do the work and surrender and still be you. You know what I'm saying? Still be who you are. Still be who you were before you became a mom, before you became a wife. Who you were when you was a little girl and you had
Right.
these hopes and these dreams and these visions. Like that's still possible, right? I feel like sometimes as mothers and throughout these experiences that we go through in life, we lose sight of the fact that you really can't have like what you like when they tell us when you a little kid, you can be whoever you want to be.
Yes. And then too, that I don't want people to see the exterior or to even go to my page, because I even get a lot of times, I'm quite sure you too, Destiny. Oh, well, I love what you're doing and you're doing great and you're doing this, but you will never know that I've been indicted. I've been in jail a couple of times. Like, I have a record right now. I was indicted federally. I was facing life in prison. It's a lot of things that you don't know behind the scenes of where it took for me to get here, on top of navigating AIDS and cancer. It's just so many things that people don't see, that as women, as moms, we still have to overcome and navigate,
Girl.
and then forgive ourselves
Mm,
for some of the decisions that we made, to be able to know that we're worthy enough to achieve things past what we've done, right?
girl.
So
Right. And listen to me. I just got off probation.
come on,
Okay.
girl.
Listen, I literally and y'all can even go back. I talked about this on one of my lives before, but when I had just moved back to Atlanta, I had an old warrant from like an old case. You know what I'm saying? And it was like one of the first things. It was like, okay, listen, I walk on this journey with God. I know He got my back. I'm just going to like follow His instructions. And like I came back. I was like, listen, some kind of way. I got on the phone with the judge's assistant.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if we literally just take the time to really get out of the actual situation, and I could have just been running around a year later talking about, oh, I got on work. I'm like, I'm ducking and dodging, and I'm still got other stuff I'm working on. You know what I'm saying? But that was
Yep.
like a good thing to be like, you know what? Let me step up, handle my business, do the work. Right? That's what we mean when we say do the work. Like it's more. I could pray and affirm all day, but it took the work of me saying, you know what? Well, how can I like fight this head on, deal with it, and then be able to like now I'm off. I'm free. I'm this. I'm that. And it's like, but those are battles, like you said, we face behind the scenes. Nobody really knows about, but it's way more common than we would believe because
Right.
life
And it
happens.
doesn't make you any less than, right? Because society and people around you, and sometimes even your family, your friends, your inner circle, will make you feel less than. But what it does is it seasons me, and it makes me know, oh, I'll never make that decision again, right? And it challenges me to trust God even deeper, because where the world tells you, oh, you have a background, oh, you this, oh, you've done that, you're not going to succeed in anything. And to be very quite honest with you, we both have accomplished incredible things despite of, right? So the whole goal is to let women know that no matter what you have been through, I don't care how horrible you mentally think it is,
It's
your
not.
breakthrough and your greater is greater than what you even view for yourself.
Right. Right. And it's just and it's like you went, but whatever it is whatever it is in your life that you're going through, your pain is supposed to be your purpose. It's your purpose. That's why
Period.
you went through it. That's why no two people go through the exact same thing. Right?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
your pain, your struggle is your pain, your struggle, right? And so sometimes I think we get blindsided and thinking, and I'm guilty of this too. You know what I'm saying? And looking at somebody else and being like, yeah, well, I went through that, but you don't really know
Right. You don't know
what.
what somebody else's struggle, and somebody else's struggle will help you to get to the next level. So, and I know you and I talk about this when we're not behind the camera. You were like, "Well, should I say something? Should I talk about it?" And my thing is, why not talk about it? Because you were on probation, that makes you less qualified to help the next sister who's been through something by making a wrong decision, just one wrong decision. And and it's a multitude of us who've made a ton of decisions. I'm gonna make another wrong decision in 2 weeks. That's just how life is. But does that make me any less qualified to empower the next sister or brother? No, it does not.
Mm, mm-mm. No, no, no.
But that's what the
Mm,
world tells you, though. The
yeah.
world tells you that because a man went to prison for 10 years, he cannot come out and empower the next young brother to not make a decision to go because
Mm,
he's been there, right? But the point is, he's been there, he's done his time. Now let's focus on who he can be.
yeah. Yeah, and I feel like that's the time that we are in because literally men are coming out of prison after 10 years and being very successful
Yeah,
and sharing
absolutely.
their testimony. We live in a time where it literally is like you can get paid to be you. Like I said, your mess, find the miracles in the mess, turn your mess into your message. Like, and even when we are reading the scriptures in the Bible, it's like, that's what they was doing even back in the day on their level, of less technology and things like that. But they literally were just walking around, going from town to town, being like, "Hey, listen, God did this for me." At times, there were times when he could be like, "Look, let me show you what he could do right here in front of you." Because they was that connected. They didn't have all of technology and things that were, what I'm saying, keeping them from
Hey,
that energy, to be able to, like how Moses could just boom with a stick. You know what I'm saying? But we got so much technology, wires, TV, phone, car, exhaustion, pollution. You know what I'm saying? It keeps us from being able to connect on that type of level.
right. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
we have to connect in different ways, right? So that's why when I look at the Bible, I look at it like as a reference, like, okay, that's what they did back then. So we got to figure out how to do the same way, the same thing today. So
Right.
it's still the same power. It's
Right.
still the same power. We still got the same power, within us that Jesus had, that Moses had. You know what I'm saying? That David had, that slayed the giant.
Right. And still giving people that same grace, right? We can't allow individuals to feel like um because they don't go to church or because they, don't speak heavily how you speak on the word, that makes them any less of a believer, or that means that because they've been through things or they have the world's blemishes, that God doesn't love them as well. Because they do, you know. He does, because his grace is proof of that, right? So all of those things play a role into you getting to that next level of Mommy 2.0, or a man becoming the best version of themselves, is accepting where they have been, understanding that God loves you, but you got to forgive and love yourself though before you get to that next step and start saying, "Oh, I want to be an entrepreneur. Oh, I
Yeah.
want to be this. Oh, I want to build a family." Well, it's a lot of other stuff you got to navigate first and heal from first before you try to take 2, 3 steps forward, and then you end up poisoning the next person's life because you have yet to heal.
Mm. Girl.
But that's a lot that we just gonna say for the podcast. What you think?
Girl, okay, and that was just a little sneak peek, okay, of what
That was
in
just
the
a little something.
world is getting ready to happen. I don't know if y'all caught it, but I just caught it. Like, listen, your girls is finna. It's like there's just no way that we're not going to
It's
the next
definitely gonna be a thing.
level
It's definitely
in
gonna be a thing.
2023.
And come on, TV. Ooh.
There's just oop, listen, TV internationally. I'm seeing Mommy 2.0 resets in Dubai. Okay, the
I'm
Caribbeans
here for it.
all over. We're gonna do cabin trips. We're gonna do just all type. We're gonna be turning our passions into profits at the same time, right? And then we're gonna be moving for causes and helping other mothers that like needed that hand. Like, man, let me tell y'all,
Yeah.
so many women
Yeah.
have just held my hand and lifted me up, and it's not the women who I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. It's so many
And that's
women
the
who need it.
part, and that's where we get stuck.
Hmm.
That's where you get stuck right there because when God moves in ways that you were not expecting, or in a way that you did not think was going to happen, or in a way that you were hoping and praying that it was going to happen, you have to be able to quickly maneuver, shift your mindset and your perspective, and be like, "Oh, okay, this is God." And when without you got to be able to have discernment
You have to.
between your ego and your purpose.
Right. But that discernment can't make its way through if you still have filth and distractions and chaos and mental mess and
Mm,
things that need to be healed. There's no way you're going to be able to intercept and really make
right.
a path for God to really speak to you until you clean all that stuff up. But the choice is yours, you
The
know.
choice is yours, and making that choice is hard to do. That process of doing exactly what you just did is hard, and that's exactly what our podcast is going to be about. The whole 2.0 University is already about. The whole Mommy 2.0 brand. It's about walk walking with you through that journey, because the walk with God is just, it's amazing, but it's like strengthening and molding, and it's like something that you've never done before. So you
Right.
need somebody to like hold your hand and like be like,
Because you be like,
girl.
God, hurry up. Like I prayed this morning. So I need you to make it happen at 12 noon, right? I need
Mhm.
you to do that now. So really believing and trusting is not an easy task. It's definitely not. So you need like some prayer partners, accountability partners, because, Destiny speaks my language. I'll be like, God, but what you mean? Like, God, I said I wanted that one, not that one, right?
Mm. Yeah.
You got to God meets you where you are, right? Speaking to him and speaking your language, whatever that is. And I can speak for Destiny, but I had to learn to do that. Like prayer doesn't look like for me what it looks like for the woman who's saying to me appears to be all the right things when you pray. My prayers be different. I speak a little Kevin Gates language to God. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, and really honestly, that's what it is. It's how you speak to you, because
Right.
God lives inside of us. God lives within you.
Yes, he is.
Right? So literally when you talk to yourself, like, you know what I'm saying? When you're tapping into the power within, and that's when you're talking to God. You know what I'm saying? That is you. It's your voice. It's what you hear. But that's what I'm saying. But it's literally like when we see the cartoons where it's like the devil on this side and the angel on this side. That's not like a cartoon. That's real life. They
That's
telling
so
us from a
real.
young age what it is, and it's that's so simple. It's like, listen, this is the life in front of you. You know what you really supposed to be doing. It's elementary. It's not even religion. It's just doing to others. Da, 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 karma seeking you, right? Or it's like, well, let me just do over here. I know this shit don't really make no sense, but it seemed like I might be able to get here a little bit faster. It seems a little bit more enticing. So let me
Yeah.
just do that.
Yeah.
And that's life. That's literally like every day you wake up and that's what happens. It's do, 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 do. What you gonna choose? So choosing this side is hard. And so
It is.
that's why
It is.
we're gonna bring on experts that have been through some trenches. We already done been through it. You a walking miracle yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so we need more of that. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what they did 2,000 years ago. They just walked around and was like, man, let me tell you about the name Jesus.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? We just doing it now. We got social media. We have other platforms and avenues, and that's how you break the generational curses. That's how you push through like all the shit that we done been through. You know, 2, 3 generations ago. You know, we ain't even hanging on to what happened in slavery and shit. Like life ain't even like that no more. It's over with. It's done. We look. We are a product of the ones that made it.
Destiny. I love you,
Girl,
Destiny.
am I lying or am I flying
You're
though?
telling you
Like,
telling it, but I know you had to catch yourself because when you speak with passion, you know you about to curse, and then you had to catch.
but see, that's what I'm saying. We gonna be cursing on the podcast. Right? It's gonna go deep. It's gonna go real, right? Because we gonna have people on there that have been through some
You
stuff.
know,
And when you
sometimes it
done
may
been
just
through
get a
stuff,
little,
and when
it
you
may get a
see
little
life,
powerful.
you know that when it's time to curse and when you know what I'm saying, it makes sense to do it. It's different when people just curse for no reason because you don't know no other type of language or no vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? So the podcast is gonna go deep like that, where we can be real, raw, open, and
Very
really
much.
have. I want to have some real women on there that ain't afraid.
Sadie. Don't you just love Destiny? Destiny. I
No,
promise
I
you,
don't say.
Destiny.
I don't say.
Destiny is. I'm the yin, she the yang.
Right, girl. God knew what He was doing. So,
So I'm excited about it, y'all. We will actually begin filming January
what we
20th.
doing?
I'm very excited about it. We have some dope first guests lined up for you. We definitely do, and it's definitely going to be very trill, real, authentic. It's going to be game changing, life saving, right? And
Mm,
it's going to be that. It's definitely going to be very much that. Definitely going to be
yeah,
very that.
it's definitely gonna be very much that, and this is forcing me to really step my game up with like my whole 2.0 university. You know, I already have my community. I got my mommy 2.0, you know, girls, and just and even with like mommy nation and stuff. It's just time to do more of that. And I think I said this a
It's
couple
time
of
for voices to be heard. You know, everybody has a story, right? Everybody is their own walking miracle of some sort. You know, so it's
whew,
time to hear from other women. So, you know, I think test stories and people's her story and you know testimonies is gonna help save somebody else. It's gonna bring
yeah,
another mom on to be like, well, dang, if she did it and she started this business or is doing this, I can do the same thing
yeah, right. And even if it's not just you know, even if it's not just business, but just
in
if
life.
she got through it, right? It's the mommyhood of it, because I feel like we lose ourselves so much as moms. You know, we had these goals and these dreams and aspirations when we
Yeah.
were little girls,
Right.
right? And
Right.
so, and even now that I have a daughter, like,
Or you don't celebrate yourself. Like, and I say that all the time. Like, if when I hear Destiny talking, she just be saying stuff, and she'll be like, "Yeah, because girl, you know, I graduated from Howard with honors, and then I did this." And you be like, "Wait, what? You went to HU, girl, and graduated from honors? Like, that's not something people are just doing every single day. So it's almost
mm,
like, girl, celebrate yourself. Like, what you mean? You just talking like you went to Starbucks University and got a certificate. Girl, that is a thing that you did, right? You did a thing,
yeah,
girl.
yeah,
Let's pipe that up.
You're right. And so many women get lost in that, right? And then and oftentimes what happens is we use that like as ammunition, right? Like in
Right.
arguments or to try to like, make ourselves feel seen or heard. We're like, well, I got a PhD. I got da da da. Da," and it's like
But
the presentation, you know
I
what I mean? If you was presenting that with love and with the self love, right? Even and I'm talking to myself, right? When you and how I'm doing it now, when you present it in a different type of light, in a different type of setting, in these settings that you have already like prayed to be in and be around, it's just different when you just partner with God.
yeah, it's definitely different because we both done it the other way though. We was talking earlier. We totally did it the other way, and we see where that kind of landed us. So we just decided to do it a different way. And when you do it, his way, it, you know, it's definitely a patient struggle, but the outcome is better.
Yeah.
That's just what it
Whew.
is. But we can't get to people too much though.
Yeah, the patient part is just, and I feel like that's where we get lost so many times, right? We be like, because I be wanting everything to happen like tomorrow. So,
Yes.
it's a lot easier when you have that accountability, somebody that can like, push you when you like before you reach that depression level.
Right.
So that's what it's all about. Hello? So yeah, that's what it's all about. Like that's what 2023 is all about for me. Y'all know I'm getting ready to do the Mommy 2.0 boot camp. Okay, that's gonna be next week, Monday through Friday. I'm gonna be going live on Mommy Nation. I got special guests. I already have people lined up that's like, I want to come through. I want to educate the moms on like, what I have to provide. Just all different walks of life. Just everybody's just trying to encourage each other and just lift another sister up. And so that's what it's all about. It's going to be a reset, right? Because inside of the 2.0 University, me and the moms, we meet and we talking stuff. And we were trying to do like a retreat, like a reset, like a trip. And girl, that's just not gonna happen right now with the funds and the holidays, and then we got the Mommy Nation retreat is in May, and so this is like the next best thing, virtually. We all are gonna be able to come together. I'm gonna be bringing y'all like scriptures. I'm gonna be bringing y'all like special different prayers. I'm just gonna be like showing y'all like literally what it takes, like how to do the exact thing, like you have to be intentional in those heat of the moment situations. Like, no matter what is happening, if you are dedicated to a purpose or a mission or something, you got to stick with it. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you said you was going to do. And that's hard to do. But I want to help everybody. And I'm going to bring on a whole bunch of experts that are going to help us as well. They're going to help me too. And we're going to step into 2023 different. We're going to step into 2023 bolder, wiser, more spiritually connected, right? We're going to forgive. We're going to let go. We're going to release some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to go deep. And I'm going to bring some women on there that's going to keep it real. Okay? So stay tuned. Click the link in my bio because the Mommy 2.0 Bootcamp is going down next Monday through Friday. Give me 5 days, and I guarantee you, we're going to change your life. We're going to set you up for 2023. You're going to have a vision, a goal, a strategy, and a plan to implement. And I'm going to have the same thing. Look how my light blinking. Look how the Holy Spirit is confirming it. Y'all see my light blinking in the background? All right. So you seen it. You seen it right there. Uh, one more time. Girl, you seen that harmony? All right. I love y'all. Peace in the Middle East. Oh, my light ain't blinked. My light literally has not blinked ever. It's been like a year. Like, anyway, I'll talk to y'all later.